Hello YouTube. So we've looked at the fees that parents pay for just having a baby, right? Just coming out of the hospital, like day one, mother staying in the hospital and then going home. But that's not where the fees stop. Here we're just looking at formula prices, how they've increased. I mean, that baby needs to be fed. And then very soon you get to daycare. And that, wow, that's another ripoff. So let's start here. Forcing women into pregnancy, motherhood, while the price of formula is increasing by $6. That's per can, right? I mean, it's a long time ago since I had to buy formula. But I think you like, is it a tin of formula per week kind of thing? So, if you think about it, 36, let's say 37 to 43, they just increased the price like that. Boom, thank you very much. 20% increase. So what do? You can choose not to feed your baby. Some people have problems doing breastfeeding. Some people just want their babies to be on formula. The point is, they could just, these companies just go and they increase their prices by, what is that, $7, $5, $6, and there's nothing really that you can do about it. Crazy. Comments, formula should be free. I'd rather my tax dollars go to free formula than a 45 million birthday parade. No. No one's forcing you to have a baby. Really? They're stopping you from killing your unborn baby, not forcing you to make one. These people are missing the point. Why is it so expensive? Holy. Yes, Talia, that is the question, right? Because they can do it. They do it because they can do it. It's more expensive to feed a baby than what it is to feed an adult. Crazy. Now, this came out a few days ago. And they are warning new parents. Tariffs impacting costs of baby items. Okay.
A Journal reported a few months ago that baby items were going to be hit especially hard. They were estimated about 30 to 40% increase in the price of items. We are truly seeing that today play out. Families are feeling the pinch. They're feeling the difficulty in purchasing and obtaining the items that they need for their children.
This year is no different as tariffs come into the conversation.
So when you're a low-income family, that increase.
There you can cut back a little bit, right? I mean, there are groups like moms passing it forward kind of thing, because babies grow so fast, so fast in the first couple of months. Some people get newborn clothes for their babies as a gift, and before you know it, that baby is too big for it, so they just pass it forward. Same thing like these trolleys and strollers, and if you just don't buy if you just buy a no-name brand, I'm sure you can get away with it. These are not essentials.
Increase impacts your bottom line even more. And now with the tariffs, it's making it even more expensive to raise a child.
Now more than ever, the nonprofit is making sure there are plenty of supplies for families.
Yeah, the nonprofits. But I've seen some groups on Facebook and those places that you can join other mums, new mums, and they do support each other a lot. What does Baba say there in the comments? The second I hit 13 weeks, I started buying everything because I knew the tariffs were going to make all the baby stuff go way, way up. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure tariffs are going to do that. And then on top of that, they are going to put inflation, and companies want to increase their profits. Everything is just going to go up. It's just going up and up and up. It just never comes down. What can you do? Baby formula. Again. This is a clip from 2024, middle of 2024. So this is like a year old. So I'm sure these prices are even higher than what they state here.
The prices in the United States are crazy. When I was in Target the other day in Las Vegas, I went to the formula section just to have a look at what was there because we're running low. The cheapest tin, the same size as Australia, was $35 US, which is 52 Australian dollars. I have seen one cheaper tin at Walmart, but that brand isn't available everywhere and won't work for all kids or all ages. I'm really feeling for formula feeding families here. In Australia, for the period of a few months, we went through $90 worth of formula per week. Over here, that would be $150. Formula prices in the
$150 per week that you have to budget extra, that you just have to find from somewhere. What's it? Free $600 a month extra. These are the kind of things why moms cannot just stay home. I mean, these prices just increase. I mean, look at the previous videos. From the hospital bills. Somebody has to pay those bills. And then your monthly expenses, they all of a sudden just jump up. Your insurance, everything just goes up. And I'm sure that is why we have two-parent income homes. Wow. Comments there. Formula prices in the US are insane. $150 a week just for formula, for baby formula, not even the diapers or anything like that. Tariffs are terrific, aren't they? Yeah. I pay $38 a can in Australia. There's a massive difference, right? Australia 38 and you're paying like, what's it, $45, $50 here in America. Good luck to all the new parents out there. It's not going to get cheaper. That is just the daily expenses. Now we're moving on to, if you are now two parents after maternity leave, mom has to go back to work. Normal people work 9 to 5. So now what do? You have to put your baby somewhere. You can, I guess you can hire a nanny to come to your house. That is an option. Or you just can drop your baby at a daycare and abide by the daycare's rules. If you have to pick your baby up by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you have to pick your baby up, or they will penalize you for that extra after 4. They will penalize you big time for that, hey. Let's listen to this mom here about daycare costs.
And if you are planning a family or you're thinking about having kids, you should know about this. I live in Massachusetts and my husband and I both work full-time. Unfortunately, we are not in a position where we could choose for one of us to stay home and be the primary caretaker and one of us works. So we did quite a bit of shopping around for daycares. I'm going to give you the cheapest, the middle of the road option, and the most expensive option for daycare in our area. The cheapest option that we came across was $86 a day. That works out to $1,863 a month, or $22,360.
1,800 a month. Does your salary just go up by that amount? I understand the traditional wives and even traditional men wanting the wife to be a mom, to stay at home. If you make an extra $1,800 a month, I'm sure she can stay at home. But if you, as a family unit, you need that money, she needs to go and get a job.
$60 a year. The middle of the road option that we came across was $490 a week, which works out to $2,123 per month, or $25,480 per year.
Jeez.
The most expensive option we found had quite the price difference between a 4 p.m. and a 5 p.m. drop-off. For a 4 p.m. drop-off, you're looking at $3,090 per month, or $37,080 per year. And for just one more hour a day, it was $3,520 a month, or $42.
For one more hour, it's $500 more. One more hour. And they put it, these kindergarten daycares, they are quite sly as well, right? I mean, they have until 4 o'clock. Whereas most parents, they work until 5 o'clock. So you as a parent, you just have to like rush home, pick up your baby. You can't stop for groceries, you can't stop to get your hair cut, nothing. Because they are taking everything out of you for that hour or that few minutes over your time. Sure.
$2,240 a year. My biggest piece of advice to you, look at daycares and get on waiting lists before your baby is here. Let's talk about daycare costs.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you get on the daycare list, what is her name? Soil and Spirit. Even if you get on the daycare list, my point is that you still have to pay. So yeah, great, you're on the daycare list. You still have to pay. They are not going to drop the price because you are on a daycare list. And then going to hire a nanny or a daycare person that comes to your house to look after your newborn baby. I mean, they are quite expensive as well because they must have medical training, they must have the degrees to do this. You can't just go out and say, okay, you know what, I want to hire a general nanny. She must be able to clean my house, make food, and take care of my baby. I mean, what happens if something bad happens to your baby while you're at work? No. What does the comment say there? Let's look at this. I'm in California. What are your costs like out there? I'd imagine similar. What do they say? Do they reply here? Yes, a little higher because we are in the Bay Area. But we now have 2 kids. Yeah, that's another. I mean, this is the fee for one little toddler in daycare. Elizabeth, Okay, there's Elizabeth. I'm a home daycare provider and I charge $160 a week. There you go. There you go. So they are there. Nice. Well done, Elizabeth. I'm sure you'll find a lot of work. Nice. Well done. That's wonderful for Elizabeth, really. So, not everybody is that greedy. Alright, that's nice. What we have here, the average cost of daycare in the US is higher than in-state college tuition. Let that sink in.
I just have a problem with America at this moment. My daughter's pediatrician said that she just went to Germany to see her sister, and they give you paid time off until the child is 3 years old, and then they have kindergarten, whatever, that's paid for. Why the fuck is America so screwed that it is literally impossible to get childcare? You're on wait lists, it costs so much money that you're literally working to pay for it, and us moms are just over here suffering because we either have to stay home with our kids, or we have to bring our kids to work. I'm a small business owner, or we just pay, or like work to pay for their childcare. And at that point, you might as well just be home with your kid. So seriously, what the fuck is wrong with America? Because can someone please tell me why our government can't think about the fact that moms and dads are struggling out here?
It's the normal, everyday, common sense mom and dad. Just normal people that struggle the most. Not the top rich people, the middle class person that struggles the most. They are squeezing every single cent that you have extra out of you. And like she say, can stay home, cannot afford anything else, or you go and work, find a job, and then just use that money just to pay for daycare. The system is a little bit screwed up, hey? Unless you say there, average $320 a week for an infant full-time during the week for childcare. $320, the other girl said she was like $160. $320 a week. 3, 6, 9, 12, it's $1,300 per month. Wow. Don't give colleges any ideas. It is not getting better, people. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing to have kids. But young, new, aspiring parents must really, really, really think about all of these costs once that baby is born. And let's finish up. We have this mom. Mommy's flipping house.
I'm British and I'm living in the US. I'm a mother of 2, and I'm just unlocking all of these cultural differences between our countries that I used to think was very similar. Very much so. So I've just started a business and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to need the kids in daycare. Not full-time, just a couple of days a week to give me a break. Mm-hmm. And also my daughter's 3, so, it's healthy for her to be in some sort of schooling. And she loves it.
Between friends, yes.
$2,200 for my son, $1,800 for my daughter.
$4,000 for 2 kids. Oh shit! This was like two and a half years ago. Fuck me. So that 4,000 is most probably like 5,000 now. Wow. Hey y'all. Let's play.
Part-time. The words, I'm trying to pick them wisely. No wonder so many women are stay-at-home mums in America, which I used to be like, why are there so many? Like, why don't women work? Because everyone works in the UK, you know. We work a little bit, but we play hard. No. Women stay at home and they're depressed, okay? A lot of women have no self-identity. Okay, not that work gives you an identity, but it helps. It gives you time away. Even if you don't work while your kids are at daycare, it still gives you time to be a human. Take what you will from this TikTok. But in the UK, for example, when your child is 3, and I think sometimes even 2, depending on your income, when I say dependent on your income, I mean like £100,000 a year combined income in your household, you will get 15 hours a week for free from your child. And then if your child is under that, you get a 2.5.
15 hours a week free. Do the UK government send nannies to your house? Yes, they have strange systems, right? Is that what she means? 15 hours a week free.
5% tax relief. My child will not go to school for free until she is 6 years old because she is a September birthday.
Where's
so does
this
that
now?
mean that
In the States?
I just won't, like, will I be able to work? Because for a lot of people with that, you know, your childcare is in the 3,000s, what is the point in going to work and you're only making $500 over that?
That's what I'm saying as well, right? I mean, it's really a dilemma that people are in. If your child care works out to 5,000 a month, do you go and work for 5,800 a month?
Why, like you would just be with your children? Like I said, I'm just unlocking all of these new things. So I'm British and I'm living in the US. I'm a mother.
British women in the US. Not all places are like this. Not all places, but even here in Taiwan, I mean, a majority of the small ones, like the toddlers, 2 and 3 year olds, they stay with the grandparents, and you see the grandparents all over the place here with the little ones. But I think once they get to a little bit of a handful, like age of 4, where they are busy and maybe the grandparents want to have a little bit of a rest, these kids go to kindergartens, and those kindergartens, they charge a shitload of money to take care of your kid from 8 o'clock in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Comments. Welcome to America, baby. It's about surviving, not thriving. No quality of life here. It's wild. I'm convinced this country hates women. I don't think so, but okay. I'm Irish. I live in Miami. We are currently exploring the idea of moving home. No formula, school shootings, diapers, ridiculous. Yeah, people are finding other places to move towards. Not everything is as expensive as America. Alright, YouTube. I just find it interesting to look at these things, and if you are a young parent or a young couple ever looking at this, just think about the costs that will come and how your income, your monthly income, is supposed to just magically just go up. Good luck to all the young ones out there. Stay cool, stay safe, YouTube. See you on the next one.